Namaste friends, I am Jayalakshmi Ravichandran signing in on behalf of Magic Needles. This day I am here with pattern 16 which I have worked with Camel color, Hobby Store DK special weight yarn and its color code is 1420. This pattern again requires 3x plus 1 stitches, so I'll have 1 extra in my swatch as well as 1 extra in the blanket also. So let's begin this. I am ready with my 34 DCs of the previous row here. Turn your work. Place a standing twisted DC in the very last stitch here and place 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Skip to make 3 DCs in the next stitch. So every third stitch you are going to make 3 double crochets, groups of 3 double crochets. The first row is similar to the previous pattern, but here we are going to do wraparound stitch in the next row. Again skip to 3 double crochets. There is no DC cluster in this stitch. We are having wraparound stitch. We will be working over the post of the previous DCs. Again, sorry I made a mistake here. Skip to 3 DCs, all in the same stitch. Skip to 3 DCs in the next. Continue till the end. I shall meet you at the end here. We have come to the end of the row here. We are left with 4 DCs. So this last DC is an extra there. That is not counted in this pattern. Skip these 2 and make 2 double crochets in the next. This is the pattern ending stitch for this row. And the last DC we are going to place to keep abreast with the number of stitches that we have taken for the swatch, that is the 34th one. This is not counted in the pattern at all. So just make a DC and leave it at that. So turn your work. So your pattern begins from this stitch and not this stitch. This stitch we are just going to make a DC and leave it at that. We are not going to count in the pattern at all. Okay, having done this, we begin the pattern here. Make 1 DC. And then in the next 2 DCs, make 1 DC each. And the third DC yarn over and you will be working over these 2 DCs. So this is the wraparound DC we are making over the post of the other 2 DCs. Next, we skip the next DC, make 2 DCs in next 2 DCs, 1 in each of the next 2, skip 1, make 1 DC in each of the next 2 DCs, and the third DC is going to be wrapping around these 2 DCs. Yarn over, insert from this gap here before the first DC we made, yarn over, pull through. So wrapping around both the DCs, we are making our third DC. So again skip 1, make 1 DC, make the second DC in the next DC, yarn over, work a DC, the post of the last 2 DCs made. So we are making the wraparound DC here. Again skip one, make a DC, make a DC in the adjacent one, yarn over. We are going to wrap around DC over these two DCs. So continue this way till the end. I shall meet you at the end of this row here. We have come to the end of the row. Skip this DC and make a DC on the last DC here. There is no adjustment of pattern in this end. Turn your work. Make a twisted DC on the very first DC. Make 2 double crochets in the next DC. Then skip 2. Skip these 2 DCs and place 3 double crochets in the next DC. Skip the next 2. Place 3 double crochets in the third one, that is skipping 2, the third, every third DC you are going to place 3 double crochets. Skip the next 2. Actually you are placing over 3 double crochets on the wraparound DC of the previous row. See, this is the wraparound DC we did. On this DC we are placing 3 DCs. The other 2 DCs we are skipping. So continue placing 3 DCs by skipping 2 DCs till the end. I shall meet you at the end over here. I have come to the end of the row here. So I am left with these 2 stitches. Place 2 DCs, 1 DC in each of these. I have adjusted here. I will be having one more stitch than required. So in one particular, any one place I will make 2 DCs together and adjust the 34 DCs for this. Similarly, you need to adjust for 302 DCs in your blanket. So turn, make a standing twisted DC, make a DC in the next. Place 1 DC in each of the DCs here. So when you come to the end here, see, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this itself is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Hence what I will do is I need 34 stitches. So I will make these 2 together and finish off with a DC over here. So these 2 DCs together I will make 1 stitch and finish with a standing DC here. Similarly, you will have to adjust in your pattern. 1 stitch you need to adjust. Anywhere you can place 2 DCs together to make the number as 302 DCs. I shall place the DCs and get back to you. I have ended this row with a DC row. To adjust that 1 extra stitch I had in this row, I did 2 DCs together here and I have 34 DCs. To begin my next pattern, I have 34 DCs ready for me. Thank you friends. Have a nice day. I shall meet you with the next pattern in the next video. Have a great day friends.